Great. Golan's cry brought Meliorone to Kahlua. What about Welfin? There's no way this dude didn't hear that. Dude, man, this dude's gonna get his butt kicked by Xeno, man. He won't even get a chance to use it, cheap dude. Oh my god! Oh my god. Yo. Yo, Xeno is awesome. Yo, there he is, yo! Oh my god. Crushed his freaking skull. His strongest point is being able to run away. What is he, a freaking zigzagoon or something? No, that's pickup, whatever, it doesn't matter. Get the point. KO Khan. Not even. Yeah, exactly. Have you lost your mind? Don't go. You should be saying that, but you're not, I bet. It's not like I don't understand where he's coming from, though. I'd be mad, too. Though, in this case, the right thing to do would be to swallow your pride and all that, but easier said than done. Especially in a situation like that. He's transmuting himself. Oh, what the? This dude's bigger than younger Tagoro. Jesus Christ. Yo, dude. Yo. This dude makes Tagoro look small. It's only been 3 freaking minutes, man. I don't buy that freaking 3 minutes, please. There's no freaking way. All the stuff that's happened? That entire conversation with Gordon Kahlua was freaking 20 minutes. How, even in manga time, like, how could that be less than 3 minutes? There's no way. There's no way. Yo, you guys, this is Blacklist of the Abyss, and you're watching my review for Hunter x Hunter episode 117. And the reason this review is out late along with Tokyo Ravens is because I had an exam today, which means that yesterday I was studying for it. So, yeah, my exam was a higher priority. But yeah, I did watch the episode yesterday, which is why my shirt has changed from my live reaction to now. But yeah, I guess I'll just get into the review now. Yeah, Chi-2. This dude Chi-2, man. This guy tried to fight Xeno, man. Talk about not knowing a difference in strength. This dude, he was confident too. Even after he got his butt kicked by Moro, he was still confident, like, oh, I've got this new power, I'm gonna beat you, let me try it out on you, blah, blah, blah. This dude seriously thought he was gonna beat Xeno. And Xeno's like, I don't feel like fighting you, alright? I've had a bad day for the first time since I took over this family business. I killed someone who wasn't my target, aka Komugi. Alright, I'm just not really feeling this right now. Are you really gonna make me fight you? Alright. Luckily he didn't have to, because freaking Silva came out of nowhere, man. Silva. And Xeno didn't even bat an eyelash, man. Alright? He didn't even bat an eyelash. Alright? Silva completely destroyed Chi-2. You could see his head was crushed, the blood was coming up, you could see it all. And they treated Chi-2 like fodder. And this dude actually thought he could beat Xeno. He didn't even know Silva was coming, and he thought he could beat Xeno, man. Cue the clip.
The man did not know what he was f***ing with.
These dudes actually have me kind of feeling bad for Chi2 now because he. Oh man, they kind of have me feeling bad for Chi2 now because he literally got the jobber treatment. Like this dude was treated like fodder. Wow, that's where even Zazan got dealt with better than that. I mean, dude, yo man, yo, I feel bad for Chi2. Um, yeah, that's the real. Yeah, the stuff with Chi2 and Silva and Zeno, that was one part of the episode, one small part. Silva and Zeno ended up leaving though. They discussed the fact that Kahlua had removed Illumi's needle, so they were able to figure that out. Well, I say they. I mean, in reality, it's just Zeno, because he was the only one who met with Kahlua for like 5 seconds. So, but still, he was able to figure that out. So yeah, that's cool. The other small part of this episode involved Kahlua. He left where Gon was, and Meleron ended up fighting him because of Gon's noise and all that, and his yelling and stuff. And he kind of just catches Kahlua up on what's going on with Knuckle and Shoot. And Kahlua has a plan for this. He says, oh, you can hold your breath for a minute. That'll be enough. All right, so he has a plan. Probably I would assume it has something to do with that new technique he has. The one where, like, after he lost to he beat them to the whatchamacallit siblings, Ortho or whatever. And then he got saved by a cowgirl. He mentioned a new technique there. So that's probably when we're going to get to see the technique. Oh, yeah, I said that it probably has something to do with the technique, but it probably doesn't. It's just that we will get to see the new technique while he's implementing that plan of his. Yeah, that's all we really get to see of that, too. The majority of this episode focused on Knuckle, Shoot, and Yuppie. Okay? And Knuckle is running away from Yuppie. He's proud of the fact that he's good at running away, which is weird since he doesn't strike you as the type of character to run away often, especially since he's challenging Yuppie throughout this episode, trying to get that punch in for Shoot. So it's kind of contradictory, but knowing Mangaka, Togashi probably did that on purpose. A guy who doesn't run away is really good at running away. Like Hiro Mashima a couple weeks ago did a cover page where that one girl with the spider outfit from Mermaid Heel or whatever the guild is, she's a spider. She wears a spider outfit. Her magic involves spider webs, yet she doesn't like spiders. Stuff like that, like contradictory stuff that doesn't make sense. Mangaka like to do that all the time. So, yeah, that's that. Yeah, I mean, he's running away, but Yuppie gets tired of it, so he leaves. He doesn't really care about Shoot or Knuckle because his goal is to protect the king. All right, and in order to protect the king, he was stationed at the stairwell. He's assuming that Poof and Pito are already protecting the king right now, so he's thinking, number one priority, I need to get back to the stairwell, protect the king, maybe go to the throne room, see if everything's okay, see if enemies got there, because originally the only reason he was even fighting them in the first place was because they were trying to get past him to go to where the throne room is. So that's the only reason he fought them in the first place. The only reason he chased after Knuckle was because he thought that that technique that Knuckle used, he wasn't sure what it did, so he thought, well, it'd be better to just kill this guy. That way it just gets yeah, kill him that way. I don't have to worry about the technique. But then he started to get a little too far away from the stairwell, and he thought, okay, okay, whatever, who cares? Let me get back. So yeah, he leaves and he goes back there. Knuckle goes around and makes it back to where Shoot is. Took the long way so that he didn't run into Yuppie and literally run at him. So that wouldn't make sense for him to do that. And he sees Shoot. And he's able to figure out that Yuppie passed Shoot. Yet Shoot is still alive, which means that Yuppie did not care enough about Shoot to actually finish him off. Alright? So that's completely humiliating for Shoot. And for Knuckle too, because he was kind of disrespected too when Yuppie just figured out he's not a big enough threat to take care of right then and there. I'll just leave. and let him keep running away because I don't care about him. He's a piece of crap. He's not gonna be able to beat me. He's not gonna be able to threaten the king. It's okay to leave him roaming around and stuff. So that's pretty insulting for Knuckle. Well, Yuppie didn't say all that. He didn't say anything really. But the narrator didn't say all that either. But still, that's pretty much what Yuppie's thinking, and that's what Knuckle figures out. So yeah. Knuckle was kind of insulted by that, Shoot is insulted by that, and Knuckle decides, you know what? In order to get Yuppie back for what he's done to Shoot and I am going to punch him. Alright, I'm going to punch him for Shoot, punch him for me, punch him for both of us. And Shoot, even though he knows it's wrong, even though he knows that they should be sticking to the plan because the Chimera Ants need to be defeated, they can't afford to have they can't afford to misjudge their priorities. That was a line that the narrator used, I think, misjudgment of priorities. They can't afford to do that because if they lose, the selection and all that's going to happen. The Chimera Ants are just going to, who knows what they'll do. They won't be satisfied with that probably. They'll probably spread out to the entire world, conquering everybody. And you know how things work in manga and anime. If the main characters can't do it, then no one can. So, you know, if the main character's main group can't do it, then the world is screwed. So all the fate of the world is depending on these guys. So they can't afford to misjudge their priorities. And Shoot knows that. However, his pride has been damaged so much that he still decides to ask Knuckle to punch Yuppie for him. So, and I can't exactly condone that, but I can't exactly blame him either because it's understandable. If someone treats you like crap, it's perfectly natural that you'd want to get back at them. So I can understand where he's coming from, but I can't say I agree, but I can't say I disagree either. But I mean, when it comes to tough choices, I usually stand on the whole make the right choice, even if it's slightly leaning towards the unethical side. Well, that's unethical side. It's more talking about like freezing and all that, the anime/manga freezing. But in this case, the hard choice, but right choice to make would be to ignore Yuppie and do what you need to do. Not stop trying to do this revenge and all that. Well, I still don't even really remember what part of the plan these two are supposed to be taking care of. Because they had a plan, but then Meliorone had his own plan. Then they came together, so I don't know how the plans fused together. Well, their part of the plan might be to actually defeat Yuppie, so hey, maybe. But because I know that's what it was before. They would all take out a specific Chimera Ant, but I don't know. The point is that they have a tough choice and they made the wrong one, but I can't necessarily blame them for it. That's the point I'm trying to make. So Knuckle decides to go after Yuppie and punch him. Yuppie is in the throne room at this point. He sees the smoky jail that Morel's created, and he's trying to get through. He's trying to yell and sing, trying to figure out if Poof is in there, if Pito is in there, if the king is in there, if anyone's in there. But no one's answering him because Poof is still inside his freaking whatever it's called. I don't even remember. I don't know. My mind's blanking right now. He's in a freaking metapod. How about that? I'll call it a metapod. Alright, he's in this freaking metapod trying to metamorphosis and evolve into he's already a butterfly. I don't even know. He's just going to change into a monster. He's just going to change into a monster. But that's what he's trying to do right now. So he's just not really focusing on anything. So there was a short moment where he was looking at he was reading the feelings of Morel. But I don't really care that much about that. So focusing more on the whole Yuppie and Knuckle thing, Yuppie, he ends up getting annoyed because he just doesn't know what's going on. The king and Pito and Poof should be in the throne room, but no one's answering. Plus there's that smoke there, so someone's there, but still no one's answering. So he's like, he has no clue what's going on. Alright, he doesn't, and he's just getting annoyed, he's getting angry, and then he sees Knuckle, and Knuckle's the last person he wants to see. Because he knows that this dude's just gonna like start screwing around again, like just being annoying. So he starts to get too emotional, and he just transforms. He transforms again into like this thing. Like he has a few different transformations. He transforms into like a thing, another type of magical beast, I guess. I don't know. Maybe that's just how magical beasts are. But he transforms again. Right? And he starts attacking Knuckle. Knuckle goes into retreat mode right away because he knows that he knows that's what needs to be done. All right, and Yuppie ends up causing these explosions. Okay, whenever he makes contact with something, and he eventually ends up turning into radioactive meatballs, pretty much. He pretty much turned into radioactive meatballs. And he ends up exploding. And the way the narrator explained it is that his emotions fueled a rapid increase in the mass of his body and his aura. And that's what happened. So he ended up expanding like that and just blowing up. Which Welfin saw too, by the way. Welfin, I was wondering where he was earlier in the episode when Golem was screaming and all that. But we see him here. And after Yuppie ends up using up all that energy and all that aura, he returns back to normal size. Knuckle ends up coming up with a plan. He realizes that a blast like that requires a lot of aura, so he can go bankrupt sooner because of APR if he ends up exploding more often. So Knuckle wants to go, and right before he wants to try and piss Yuppie off and make him lose control, have him turn into radioactive meatballs again, and then punch him, and then run away, or not run away, but get out of the range of the blast. Then have Yuppie explode again. Then he'll just keep getting closer and closer to being bankrupt. So, yeah, that's his plan, but it's probably not going to work out too well because Yuppie is going to try and master that power and control it in a way that does not end in him losing control of his emotions and letting them take over. So, it's probably not going to work out the way Knuckle wants. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the episode. They ended the episode just showing us the progress of everybody. So we won't be sticking with. We'll be with them for a little bit, but we won't be with Yuppie and Knuckle for the entire time because we saw things in the preview like Icalgo being approached by Bravada. You know, we saw stuff like that, so we know we're going to get other things. It's not going to be like last episode where one scene is the entire episode, but which I didn't have a problem with. But I'm just saying, you know, we'll get some more diversity, I guess, in the next episode. But that's it for this review. I thought this was a good episode, so I'll give it an 8 out of 10. The majority of it was the Yuppie Knuckle Shoot stuff. Yeah, I mean that's that's it. I've already pretty much discussed all this, so yeah, that's it. The episode gets an 8 out of 10. Rate, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.